Hey everybody, it's Bruce here at WaterBear. Now this channel is all about helping you on your journey as a musician. Now I'm fairly lucky because I'm old, and this means that my career spans all the way back to the late 80s right the way through to today, where we do things very differently. So we're going to learn from the past, look to the future and make a plan that works right now. So I was given the title for this video from my friend Damien Keys, who suggested it might be good to do a video about the best advice I'd ever been given from anybody in the music industry. And I thought this is going to be a home run of a video. It's going to be really easy. All I've got to do is think back and think about something that Bryan Adams has said or something and wheel it out, and there'd be a pearl of wisdom for everybody, and there we go, job done, great video. However, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking of all the big artists that I'd spent time with, all the producers, all the A&R people, very, very capable manager, and actually nobody really had the answer or a particular piece of advice that stood out. And I've thought about this a little bit more, and I kind of went, I don't think many of these huge artists actually knew why they were successful. And more than that, I think a lot of them were a little bit worried about thinking about it too much, because it's a little bit of a Zen type thing that if you overanalyze it and over-intellectualize something, there's a risk that it might disappear. So I was lucky enough to be around in the late 80s when rock suddenly came out of nowhere to be in the biggest genre on the planet. This was a time when people were still selling CDs, it was pre-internet, loads of money, and we were just part of that explosion. We were the right place, the right time, playing the right type of music, and we were 18, and we had the right skinny jeans and loads of big hair. Off we went. And looking around, it was an amazing time. We were rubbing shoulders with Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, ZZ Top, Bryan Adams. So I had the opportunity to not only work with those artists to lesser and greater degrees, certainly touring with them, but also work with the same producers and obviously on major labels. So you were learning from everybody. You're looking for these pearls of wisdom. One of my abiding memories is being on the tour with Bryan Adams when he had the Robin Hood themed single out called Everything I Do For You. And every week it was number one. And he was selling hundreds and hundreds of thousands of singles, not only in the UK but worldwide. And everywhere we went, it was still number one. And every week on that tour, the thing just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So you'd think that Bryan Adams would have all this stuff figured out. And yet he didn't really. He was just riding the wave like the rest of us, clinging on, you know, seeing where it would all go. And I suppose there was definitely, with the artists I've met, there's people who are entirely chaotic at one side, and I put early Guns N' Roses in that category, to people who are fairly sorted and have a bit of a plan and a bit of a clue. And I'd put, from my experience, Bryan Adams and John Bon Jovi in that kind of camp, and all sorts of bands in the middle, and a lot of chaos, you know. But there were certain themes that were cropping up with the artists. There were certain themes that were cropping up with the producers that routinely made records, the record company, the A&R people, and artist managers as well. The interesting thing was, every single person I met in the music industry from all those different areas were all capable of having failures. I didn't know one person who had a kind of golden ticket to a plan that always worked every time. And very often it always worked on a certain chemistry between a particular group of people, which would seem to work for a while and then it would dissipate. And that's the magic we're all chasing. So out of all that, this needle in a haystack, this kind of chaos and a kind of cultural timing thing happening, and suddenly you're the band of the moment. You know, you've got that, or you may not have that. But within all this kind of stuff you can't control, there is some stuff that you can. And all these people said one thing consistently, many, many times, and that was, it always is, it always was, and it always will be about the song. And all these people were committed to finding not a great song, but a career-defining song. Those songs that are so strong, they launch you into the orbit. They all, you know, you're on a particular orbit with your career, and they launch you into the next one, a wider orbit. The thing gets bigger. So the best advice that I was actually never given is really to understand the difference between a good song and a great song and a career-defining song or a career-redefining song. Because with the benefit of a few years under my belt, I've noticed some artists have the capacity to re-energize their careers every 5 or 10 years. Those artists become part of an elite kind of super music industry, and they're the people who headline festivals and sell those big tickets and maintain their careers for life. It's a pretty amazing thing. But from our point of view, it's zeroing in on what makes a good song and going, okay, we got some good songs. Where's the great songs, the songs that have got potential to get on the radio, perhaps, to convert people, grow your audience, make a real difference, add value to that band. You know, there's songs that will maintain you and there's songs that will shift you up the rung of the ladder, and there's some songs that will bring you to the attention of the wider public. So have you got those songs? Do you understand the difference? If it's not happening organically in the band, what are you going to do about it? Because the big artists do whatever it takes to get those songs. And I'll just leave you with this thought. As my brother says, Jimmy, the keyboard player in the old band, he says, everybody has got one great song in them if they can find it. I'll leave you with that thought. If music's becoming really super important to you, then come and study with us at WaterBear. You can study from anywhere in the world on the online degree or masters, or right here in the heart of Brighton. Give us a call.